Good morning, good morning. Just wondering if you guys can see me, because on my end it says you can't see me, which is strange. It says an error occurred. Let's try reloading that and seeing if that changes things. Here it comes. All right, good. Good. Good morning. All right, looks like you guys can see me. Nice to have you guys with me. We're going to look at gold, euro, US CAD, US dollar, Japanese yen. A lot of things happening with these ones. We just recently got a big drop in gold, which again is what we've been forecasting for quite some time. Big drop in gold from above 2,700, way above 2,700. And it's been a very nice steady drop since, okay? This was in line with our expectations. So now what? What's next, right? Well, we're going to have to take a look at the data really quickly. I want to look at the latest CFTC data. Let's go over to gold. All right, so back in September 24th, this is when gold positions were super aggressive, 387. All-time max was 408. So we knew that they were approaching all-time max. They hadn't quite yet got there, but we knew that they were approaching it and they were likely going to have to take profits. So we've been seeing a steady decline in long positions ever since. 387, 370, 348. Then they started adding back to their positions. And if we take a look at the chart, you can see where this was happening here, okay? September, and this was the first sell-off. Then they added some more, and so this is the second sell-off that we're seeing now. 371 was the peak at the highs there. And then last 2 weeks, 366. And look at November 5th's data, 336, right? That's a big reduction. So we're likely going to see in the data that's going to come out later today a lower number, very likely, okay? Because this was November 5th. November 5th brings us to right before the big decline. So they were already taking profits here at the highs on those long positions. So what do you think caused this, right? Obviously. So we're going to see a decline and probably even an increase in shorts, because as you could see, they only increased shorts once and then they took them off, okay? Which goes to show that profit taking on long positions is what is fueling this move to the downside. Not so much that they're adding short positions, it's profit taking. So do you understand why it's so important to follow non-commercial and not the commercials? Okay? Because what have the commercials been doing? They've been reducing short positions. Reducing short positions and price drops. You see how it doesn't relate to price? So we got the nice drop. Price broke through an institutional area of demand here on the weekly chart. And we were expecting that. Why? Because this zone was of low quality. But as you can see, we have not yet come into the area that I suspect we're going to see a reversal from. Okay, so we still have ways to go. But as I was pointing out, I think it was a video I did yesterday, what I'm expecting here is a short-term rally for a medium-term drop. Okay. So I do still expect price to head lower. I suspect we're coming down to the $2,500 area. And then from there, I think there's probably a good 80% chance that we're going to see a rally form from there, okay? So that is what I'm seeing with gold. Now, would I want to trade long gold right now? Not really, okay? Not really. By the way, how do you guys like my new little note tabs there? I've been toying around for years with different methods of leaving notes on my charts for important observations, so that later on when I go back on my charts, I can, just click on my notes and see exactly what I was looking at, what were the important things that I needed to point out. I think I made the font big enough so that when I do screenshots and post it for you guys can read them. Let me know in the comments below if you guys enjoy this. And in future episodes, I'll be leaving notes on my charts so that you guys know what I'm looking at, why I'm paying attention to them, and so forth. For instance, excuse me, with gold, we're looking at short-term move to the upside, right? Okay, so one thing that we would be paying attention to is this trend line right here, okay? And so what about the trend line? Well, I'm going to be paying attention to see if trend line breaks to the upside, expect the daily key supply to be reached, okay? So that's my little note alongside the downward descending trend line here on the 4-hour chart. If trend breaks to the upside, expect daily key supply to be reached. And what's that daily key supply? It's this one up here. Okay. So now I can leave a note here. Watching the 4-hour trend line to see if break to the upside produces move to this key supply. All right. Good. Looks good. You guys like it? It looks pretty. We love your notes. Beautiful. Good. That way when I do screenshots and share it with you guys, you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Okay? Because this is how we understand price. We're always learning why price does what it does and how it moves. Okay? And from what I'm seeing, there's a good chance that we see short-term move to the upside, but the short-term move to the upside could take price up to the trend line and then reverse. That's a possibility too. Okay? I wouldn't be that surprised because look what happened here. Okay? I think I made a chart note here. 4-hour supply came into play after the daily demand was removed. Okay? So why did I make a note about that here? It's just to recognize that the 4-hour time frame came into play, all right? Which means all that was required to drop price down on gold was a 4-hour area of supply that the institutions created. So that tells me that this trend to the downside is in play using the 4-hour area of supply. So we got a trend line to the downside here. So move up to that to the underside of that trend line is not out of the question. Okay, something that we should be watching for. Okay, very good. Let's go to the euro. So with that being said, short-term move to the upside, right? I left a note here. Did you see what I wrote here? Okay. Retail have started offloading their longs for shorts. Shorts are now at 22%, 8.3K, and longs are 78% at 30K, right? And if you take a look here, what were they here? 88% at 41K, okay? Just recently here. And so what happened? They drove price lower. It scared retail traders out of holding their long positions because now they're only at 78% and 30K. They offloaded quite a significant amount. And as they continue to offload and build a short position, it's what's fueling this move to the upside. Okay? So that's what I'm expecting for the rest of Friday. Rest of today, I'm expecting upside push on euro. So all those day traders out there looking for a good opportunity, long euro is what I would be saying, right? Not that I'm giving you trading advice. It's just that's what I would do if I was a day trader. I'd be getting in long the euro for a short-term move to the upside. So we're going to continue to watch this and see what happens. But this is signaling a move to the upside on the euro, move to the upside on gold. Pound will probably follow suit. So now we should look at US CAD to see if it's going to drop finally. As you know, I am in a short position, which I've mentioned in the Telegram channel and on our Twitter. If you haven't been following us on Twitter, you should be following us. So let's get to that. US CAD. So where are we at with their positions? They're extremely, extremely, what's the word I'm looking for? Stubborn. Retail traders are extremely stubborn because they just added more to their short. Like, what the heck? Okay. But this was, I just checked this recently, 95% 20K. Let's just refresh our screen and see if they have changed that. Let's see, US CAD, still at 20K at 94%. So less of them, but still at 94%. Okay. So we're waiting. I mean, they're going to have to give, okay? Something's going to have to give, and the drop's going to take place. So we rallied. Back here, 94%, 17K, 96%, 17K, 95, 18, 19, 20K. Something's going to have to give. And remember, let's not forget something important. When we look at the US CAD, look at their positions, 202,000. What was all-time max? 219,000. Okay? So banks need to offload their positions. Who are they kidding? Okay? They're reaching max size. Can they push this up a little bit higher? Yes, they can. But the great odds are that price is going to drop. Okay? Those are the odds. Price is going to drop. From what exact area? Well, you know, I've spotted this weekly area of supply. My stop losses are up here. Okay? Taking advantage of this supply that's in play and expecting a price drop like that. So I still have lots of room to the upside to protect me, but that's where I put my stop losses, up there above that weekly area of supply. So I'm going to be monitoring this. I mean, short term, when we get that drop, this is the area that I'm expecting, you know, any type of momentum to shift to the upside is that area there. Once it hits that demand, you know, we don't know what's going to happen. It could easily break and we can see a bigger retracement, but remember what we're looking at with respect to the euro and gold. Gold has more room to drop. So could it rally? Could gold go all the way up to the top here? You know, that's quite a significant rally if that were to happen. But again, we know what we'd have to watch for in terms of the 4-hour chart for that to happen. Could it go up there all the way? Yeah, it's possible. It's possible before it reverses and heads lower down to the 25K area. That's possible. So I'll be paying attention to that for sure. It's possible. But we'd have to watch to see how price reacts from this area. Okay? That would be the key spot that I'd be watching for. All right. So probably a good place to put a note, wouldn't you say? So here's the area. When price drops to this zone, it will play an important role in whether price drops significantly or not. Okay? It'll play an important role whether or not price will drop significantly. Because if this gets taken out, it opens up the floodgates for this. Okay? This zone's already been tested. There's nothing to stop price until it gets down to here. So it's possible. And if that happens, I'll be adding to my short. That's for sure. Okay, last but not least, let's look at the US dollar Japanese yen. The drop that we were expecting took place. I mentioned this to members yesterday, a specific area of supply that we contacted. And with that supply, we were expecting a drop in price, and that's what's taking place here. Okay, nice drop here. And so this is telling me US CAD's just, you know, it's lagging. Okay, we already got the drop in gold because the banks were focusing on them. We already got the drop in the euro because the banks were focusing on them. US CAD, they're still stalling. Why is that? Well, probably because retail positions being so stubborn. And I know people are like, oh, but like retail takes such a small amount, like the banks don't even care. I'm not saying it. You could look in the data and see for yourself, okay? I'm just telling you what I observe, all right? And when I observe these things, I mention it, because when you see these things happen over and over again, you know, it can't be a coincidence that it's happening like that. So you wait and see. When the retail traders start bailing on their shorts, then you're going to see the momentum kick in, because so far we're not seeing it. Look at the US CAD, look at the US dollar Japanese yen. Look how much more free flowing the yen is, okay? And let's take a look at positions on the yen. Not so much heavily influenced by retail at all in terms of them reaching a maximum size, okay? It's not there, okay? And so, you know, there was a gentleman in our room, in our Telegram room channel, that was shorting US dollar Japanese yen at the highs, trying to pick the top. It was very difficult to do that because we were hitting supply, but the supply was a large zone. So I said, here's the latest 4-hour area of demand. Once it's removed, it opens up the floodgates for a move lower. That is when we should be looking for position. Let's look at the 15-minute. I'm dying to see if it left a 15-minute area of supply. Oh, God, look at that. Look at that. There's your entry, folks. There is your entry, folks. You want an exact detailed entry? There it was right there. Okay? There it was right there. Unbelievable. Beautiful. Okay? It was to get in short here with the stop loss here and aim for lower. I missed that. I did miss that. By the time I got up this morning, came to my desk, that zone was already taken out. I should have checked on the 15-minute chart to see if I had retraced. Silly me. But that was a good entry. You see how exact you can get with your entries when you know supply and demand is just crazy. Wow. Anyways, these are things and concepts that we teach at the school. Hopefully you guys will sign up and become students, because you really are missing out. Really are missing out. Apparently so am I. All right, so that's it. You guys should be good, right? You guys should be good to go. We went through all the those major markets that you want to look at: gold, euro, US CAD. So it's just a matter of time. US CAD's going to turn over. You just got to be patient. US dollar Japanese yen has already begun. So just pay attention and watch to see what it's going to take to finally get that US CAD to turn over and that momentum to kick in. Okay? So there you have it. You take care. Thanks for joining. Have a good one. So long, everybody.